What's up, you guys? How you doing today? So in this video, we're going to be teaching you
16
guys
tips
a lot
to
of
make
tips
a
and
plan.
tricks that you guys are probably going to want to know to make your life in Trade Chat a whole lot easier. So there's a whole bunch of things that I'm covering from all over the place, and let's get started. First and foremost, when you guys are in Trade Chat, one thing that you want to be aware of is that Trade Chat itself has chat filters. So right now, for a
Yeah, unless you can't read the chat as it goes by, I recommend not using filters, because if you use filters, you won't be able to see everybody's message, and somebody might be doing a giveaway or something and not type anything in your message. So unless you're unable to read everything and use your eyes to filter out things that you don't care about, and like if the chat's moving fast, then yes, you can use filters, and yes, they can be useful if you're only looking for something specific. But I'd recommend just not using filters if the chat's not going really fast.
It's simple. Crack 30 relics, get nothing good, and crack another 30 for 2 rare drops and sell them for 5 to 20 plat each and repeat.
chat filter, if you, let's say, wanted to see what people were
I wouldn't do that.
looking to buy,
wouldn't recommend
then you
that.
could add wanna buy and put that in there. That means when somebody says WTB, that's wanna
So yeah, you can do this, but
buy,
I would
so you
recommend
buy. Trying to
against
figure out,
it.
and you're looking for people to buy your stuff. So if you
I'd recommend against using filters, because people might not use these filters, but they might also have something that you want to buy, or they might be trying to look for something that you want to sell, or they might be doing a giveaway or something. So if you're able to read with the speed of the chat, and you're able to like filter it out with your eyes, the stuff that you don't want, then you'll be better off if you don't use chat filters.
want to sell something, or you're looking for want to sell messages, you can put want to sell in there. And if you want to get rid of this, you can, or anybody that's getting prices and stuff in Trade Chat,
So wait,
like
let's
helpful
go.
thing for
Sandy
like
Boy
what you
is
guys
worth
do with
40
your Trade
plat
Chat
at
boxes.
TM.
And I do want to see the want to buys, so I'm going to add that and leave that there. Next thing you guys want to know about Trade Chat is when you're looking at pricing, getting prices and stuff in
Naros 40. I wouldn't pay 40. Most I'll pay is like 25. Maybe
Trade Chat,
30.
you have to understand it is literally the one most important thing about this. And one of the things that makes it the most beautiful thing about the game is it is a free market. There are no fixed prices. So if you hit somebody up about, you know,
I
this is
have
how much you're selling
500
something for,
in
and they hit you
RS6.
back with, well, according to the Warframe market, they are wrong. There is no fixed price. It doesn't matter what the Warframe market says. They should be
Exactly. This is a huge tip. Whenever whenever you try to sell something or whatever, and they tell you that your price is wrong and that the price is something else, they are wrong, because people all the time, every single day, go on Warframe Market, make new accounts, make fake posts at prices that they want people to sell their sets at, and they're cheaper than what people are actually willing to pay their sets or sell their sets at. So there are price fixers all the time on Warframe Market, and so Warframe Market is not reliable, and people are selling their stuff for cheaper than they should, because people are price fixing, literally.
buying it on there. Also, don't do the sarcastically, don't be a forehead and try to tell people, well, according to the Warframe market, because you're trying to use that to get them to lower your price, because you look really, really stupid when you do
Warframe
that.
market
So
can help
heads up,
also.
don't do that.
Yeah, if you want to use Warframe Market to buy stuff, you should make a bunch of wanna buys under the price of the cheapest one to sell, so that when somebody sees that want to sell that might not even be a real person, they might put their price lower, and you could either buy from that person,
I am
or
trying
they
to
might
get in
go
Aros
over to
Panthera
the
in
want to
Chris
sells.
before it's vaulted.
Right, like look at, for example, right, if we go to Anaros, right? So the cheapest one is 40, but the buyers are only willing to pay up to 33. So if you made an order right now for 35, you could probably get somebody
Always check
messaging
AZ
you for
the profile
35.
before messaging.
But yeah, so these people, who knows if they are all real, you know what I mean? Like, some of them might be actually not real, and some of them might be not responding. So like one of them might be real who's getting duped by the other people. So you never know what the price actually is, because there's price fixers and stuff like that.
I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm trying to stop you from looking stupid.
But
when
you
you're
can
in
get
Trade
stuff
Chat.
for super cheap by
You
making
can
wanna
bargain
buys
with
on
people,
Warframe
and I
Market.
recommend you bargain, but using the quote unquote, well, according to the Warframe market, or
You can
this,
tell the
you know,
number
according to the
one
market,
is
this how
prob a
much it
burner
goes for,
account.
then go buy it on the market. If it's cheaper there,
When those
then go get it
accounts have
there.
zero
It's
rep,
not hard to figure out. Anyway,
Like, they literally have 0 rep on Warframe Market. That means not enough people have traded with this person that they have a positive review yet. And that's so rare. That means that they're super new to trading, or they're fake.
moving on. The only time I actually recommend you guys using the market is if you have no time at all to be on the game. Why? Because the market is hardcore competitive. All the prices on the market are competitive price, or most
Or
of the
maybe
prices
they're
on the
not
market.
fake,
There
but
are
they're
some people that have
offline,
told
or
me
they're
that
just not
they kind of go
responding.
the middle road on the market, and
But
occasionally
nobody
they'll get
gives
people hit
them
them
re-
up because they
and
just
they're-
happen to be online at the
and
right
they're
time,
gonna get banned
or
when
maybe
somebody
somebody didn't want to wait
eventually
for somebody
reports
to get out
them.
of a
But
mission, and they
people
just
don't
happen to be
report them
available at that
because it
moment.
makes the
So
price.
even though
It
stuff
makes
could
it
be
easier to
lower than
get
you want to sell it for on the
sets for
market,
cheaper.
if you sell it for like fair prices on the market, which is like typically the medium range of what stuff is priced for on the market, you might be able to make sales off of your items that way as well. But never underestimate actually being in trade chat, which I'm going to give you more tips and tricks moving forward, so that I
Trade
don't
chat
really use
OP.
the market unless I'm buying something. When I'm selling something, 100% of when I've never used the market to sell something, I always sell here in the game, in the in-game trade chat, which is what it was meant for. So if you're
I do use Warframe Market to sell things. There are certain things that you don't want to put in your trade chat message if you're trying to profit the most off of your flips and your flipping things.
Me personally, I use
Sometimes,
the market more but have no representatives. Yeah, I can't really be trusted when selling.
so like, oops. So for example, the things that I sell on Warframe Market is gonna be like the arcanes that you can get every single week from the open worlds, right? So like you can get the molds, you can get the Zarmon arcanes every week you can get one set or whatever. Also you can get like Magus Lockdown from the Fortuna place, and like how much is that going for now? 110. So that's 110 plat
I may
per
buy
week.
something off you.
So you could technically sell these in trade chat for more, but if your messages like contain stuff that you don't want to replace, because of how good it's selling and how much of a flip it is, then you could sell stuff on Warfare Market. Like a lot of times, I'll sell weapon sets for 50 or more. Like anything that I price on Warfare Market for selling is going to be 50 or more. I'm not willing to take less than 50 because I can flip Warframes for 100 profit. So what's the point of taking something that's less than 50 profit? That doesn't make sense.
if you're selling, I would just recommend sell here, but if you're buying, buy off the market. The market is
But at the same time, I'm able to convert trades into platinum and also get rid of old stuff whenever, extra stuff that I didn't need whenever I farm like a full set that's like a weapon that nobody's paying for.
the warframe.market website. And that's all you have to type in to find it, warframe.market. But it's really great place to buy. I don't recommend selling on it though, because the prices are meant to be competitive.
Exactly.
Or just sell it at fair prices, and then once in a while you possibly get hit up over there. Anyway,
Yeah,
next thing
the
you
way
guys
you
want
want
to
to
do, when
sell
somebody
is
hits you
not
up
like
with a price
instantaneous. So
that's,
you don't want to get
it's too
sales
low for
fast
you,
on
you can
Warframe
bargain with them.
Market
Like if
or
I'm
in
trying to sell
trade
something
chat.
in the game
'Cause if you
for
do,
maybe
then you're
100
not
platinum, and
getting
they
as
hit me
much
up with
value
50,
as you should.
that might be too low for me to just give it away for 50. So I'll be like, all right, how about 90? And then maybe they'll say 60, and then I'll say, all right,
The
85,
longer it
and they'll
takes
be
you
like,
to sell something,
65,
the more
and you keep going
value
back
you're
and forth
getting
until
out
it
of it.
ends, or until you
But
both come to an agreement
it's
on
like a
you
time
buying it
investment.
for that price. But bargaining is a big deal. So
True.
when somebody hits you up about something, if the price is within the range of something that it's even close to what you were looking to sell it for, take the time to hit them back up, because maybe they'll give you more plat. Like even
And also, perspective is really important. If you can somehow branch your perspective to the person that you're bargaining with, you might be able to come to you might be able to get them closer to your price than if they didn't understand why the price is a certain way.
they're trying to anybody that bargains with you is a smart person, so bargain with them back. It's typically a good idea. Another thing you guys want to know about is linking items. So I don't want to put this in trade chat, but this is how you do it. You start the message off with a bracket, and you say maybe Saren Prime or something like that, like whatever it is, and then you end it with a bracket. And then for mods, you could even do like, here's a big one for Riven mods. I don't think a lot of people know. You can type Riven mod, end it with a bracket. Now, when I hit enter on this message, Saren's going to wind up in the message, but before it does, it's going to ask me which Riven mod do I want to show off. So even if I do it multiple times, it'll ask me multiple times before it actually posts the message. So I'll
Up
hit
to
enter,
5 times.
and then it takes me to this. So I'll just click that one, and I'll pick that one. And now here they are, the Archoplasma I picked and the Fluctus.
So you're only able to sell or you're only able to list 5 ribbons in trade chat at one time. So if you're selling ribbons, you can only sell 5 of these ribbons at, like, you can only list 5 of them. So if you have others, you could technically say that you have others and then say that, like, DM for like links or something. But yeah, if you're gonna flip ribbons, what I've been doing is like flipping ribbons alongside warframes that are like vaulted and at the
I
highest
almost
value.
got a goated ribbon first try. It has crit damage and melee damage. It only needed crit chance.
So I need to set myself to invisible while I do this. But for example, right? Let's start with maybe Limbo. Limbo's about 130, and maybe Frost. Yeah, Frost. So Frost and above, right? So Frost, Meg, Loki, Necros, Ash, Saren, about 1. Maybe another one that's good like Ember, Nova, whatever. I just put a bunch of them in my list, so I got them all in a row, and I don't even put Prime, just because, like I usually do, but when I'm putting all these ribbons up, I expect the people to already, like see these prices and already have a good amount of platinum, and be like, thinking about the prices of these ribbons and be like, and these are a little bit too expensive, but then seeing these and seeing that they're all at 300, and I've gotten multiple sales of these at 300, so yeah.
And then these are just clickable for anybody that's in trade chat. They can look at it. They can say, "Oh, this is what your ribbon is," or "Oh, this is what your ribbon is."
I want to show my most recent ribbon flip, by the way. I bought for 250 and I sold for 1200. So pretty good.
Another thing you could do is you could actually type it out just like this. If I type Fluctus, here it is, right there. I could literally, all the ribbons that you have, if you know what the ribbon's name is, you could even type the ribbon name out directly, hit enter, and then it'll pull that ribbon up that you have for people to see it in trade chat. So that's a big deal for ribbons. It's you guys bracketing anything that you can put brackets around when you're making trades is a really big deal, because there are a lot of times that somebody will type a mod in chat that I want to see. So let's do Fleeting Expertise, this one right here. So people will type a mod in trade chat, and I'll see it, and I'll be like, okay, let me see if I have any of these. So I'll click on their message with this, and I'll look up and I'll say, oh, okay, I have 15 of them that I own. So yes, I have extras. I could sell them a Fleeting Expertise. So when you guys are putting your messages in trade chat, anything that you could put in brackets, put it in brackets, because it makes it easier for the seller to double check and see if they have that for you. Too many times people say they want a Fleeting Expertise, and if I can't click on it, I literally have to drop everything I'm doing, go into my options, go into my inventory, type it out, and it's all this extra work. And honestly, most of the time, I don't even bother doing that. If you're not going to put it in brackets, I'm not going to look at it for you, because you're killing the amount of time that I could be ghosting trade chat, which is something I want to get into too. Before we get into ghosting trade chat, spread the variety of your items out. And what I mean by that is let's say you have a lot of warframes and weapons and mods and all that stuff you want to sell. Don't make messages that have just warframes in. This is just a tip, a recommendation. But like, let's say one message you're gonna have Necros, Prime, and then that's your warframe. The next, and you could have like a few of these, like maybe have up to 5, 6, whatever. Then with the rest of your message, maybe do like Blind Rage as another thing, Narrow-Minded as another thing, and then you could even add Ribbon Mod, you know, something like that. Then you could do, let's say, Fish, Gems.
I got a lot
anything else.
Mutalisk,
If
your friend
you
bought
were to
it.
sell all your prime parts, how many ducats is it worth?
Coordinate or whatever. And by like posting this message in here, what I'm doing is I'm spreading out the variety of people that are looking for things. So I'll hit people that are looking for Necros, people that are looking for Blind Rage, Narrow-Minded, maybe a Fluctus Ribbon, Mutalisk Salad V Assassinate coordinates. Like, and again, a lot of you don't realize almost everything or a lot of things in this game, they're tradable.
In between
so
2 million
chat,
and 50 million,
and you can make platinum off of it. The next thing I want to go over is ghosting trade chat. So what does that mean? Ghosting trade chat means you're not posting messages in trade chat, you're just watching it. And you know, you're keeping a very close eye on trade chat. And the moment you see somebody come up with something that you're looking for,
my inventory
go and talk to them.
at the year
and
mark.
There's another thing that I want to say is be fast. Be very, very fast. As another
This
tip,
is flat platinum.
Look, all these people on the side here
This is
are
the
now
amount of
using
sets
trade
I
chat.
have.
They're all, or most of them, are like paying attention to what's going on. So you need to be
Can I
faster than all these
screenshot that?
people. If you see something in trade chat that you
Yeah,
can
go
sell or
ahead.
you want to buy, you need to jump on that and hit that person up as soon as you possibly, like, fast as F, boy. Like, hit them up really, really fast. The next thing we're going to go over is Maru's Bazaar. If
That's
for some
cool.
reason you can't get somebody into your
This
dojo,
price right here is how
and
much.
you guys might be having this happen to
That's
you
a
lot lately,
competitive
actually. It's kind
price
of
to
a common
sell
thing
it
that's been
at.
happening. When I invite somebody into my
If
dojo,
you're selling
they'll
it
wind up
on
in my
Warframe
rail
Market.
chat, and they'll wind up stuck
So
in the
this
rail
is like
chat.
a
And when that
cheap value
happens,
that I
and I
could
go
be.
into the
This
trade
is
chat
pretty much
list, their
the
name is not
the
in the trade
value
chat
on
list.
Warframe Market.
So what do you do then? If
So-
I realize that they've joined my squad, which means they should be here, but they're not.
Like, for example, for some of these, there was only 1 person or 2 people or 3 people lower than this number, right? And so I just excluded the people who were lower because there was only a few. and everybody else was at 80 or whatever. So it's like some of the numbers are like a little bit higher than what you'll see on Warframe Market as the cheapest, but at the same time, this is a competitive selling price. If you were to put this on Warframe Market at this price, they would sell within a day.
Not, then I will send them a message back that says something along the lines of like,
Hope that's useful.
if you are in my Railjack, fast travel to any lab. That's it. And then what do they have to do? They literally just have to hit, while they're in the Railjack, they hit escape, they hit fast travel, and they pick any one of these labs.
Also, if you're trying to buy ribbons to flip, this is what I've been using to get ribbons for cheap. And I've got people to hit me up for a bunch of different ribbons. Most likely though, when they hit you up, they're gonna ask for more. So that's why the PMO is here, so that you know, this is the starting price. And if they have one of these ribbons, and it's like at all decent, then you should be willing to go a little bit higher maybe. So it's like up to your discretion. You could go like twice. You could almost go like 1.5 times the price that I have listed there.
Always
And
bargain.
what that does is
Yeah,
it
yeah, for
unstucks
sure,
them.
for sure.
So now, they'll wind up showing up in the list if they have trades left and their two-factor authentication. But just know that that's been happening a lot. So
But you can get them
anybody
at
wants up
that
in your
price.
Railjack, tell them to fast travel around the dojo, and you should be able to get them in the list then.
Like, look at the ribbons that I got recently, just like within like a couple days or whatever. I got these, and this is how much I spent, right? So I got a Cedo one for 120, Cedo one, a Ladium one, a Comb one, a Redeemer one, a Seltra one, Blanco one, Zenith one, all for really cheap. And you can roll this with Kupo like 10 times or less, and get something that's good enough to sell for like triple the price pretty much. So if you have a ton of Kupo lying around and you're not using it on your own ribbons, then you can do that.
But
That's what
if,
I've
let's
been
say,
doing with my Extra
you
Kupo.
guys for some reason can't get the trade working through this trade thing here, you can press down on the D-pad. I'm not sure what this is on keyboard, but then the Y button, you could set up stuff here or just go accept items, and then boom,
Currently,
pow.
the Rubico
My
and
7 dot is
Cronin
now ready
ribbons
for
are
a
in
trade.
demand.
So if for some reason this trade console right here isn't working, you can set up a trade anywhere in the dojo without having the trade
Same with
console.
Ogress,
Side
Glaive.
note, for those of you guys that are doing Kuva Liches and stuff, you
Kuva
have to sell
Kuva
Kuva
Czar.
Liches from a Crimson Branch
Czar.
trade room. You can't do it from one of these consoles. Liches cannot be traded from a regular console. Your dojo has to have a Crimson Branch. Crimson Branch is going to look like this room. And when you're in this room,
Shadow,
the trade console is
Phasmo.
right here. And this is just another trade console. Only one person has to be here, and you can hit anybody else up that's in the
Bubano
dojo to be able to trade liches with them. So that being said, the next thing I want you guys to do
Any
is,
guns that
or no,
people consider meta, right?
is how to
Kind of
whisper
has me.
somebody. When you guys are whispering somebody
like,
in trade chat, for whatever
some of
reason,
these-
if you
some of these
maybe
weapons
get
are-
stuck or it doesn't,
Like, think about it like this, right?
If you-
The longer a weapon is in the game, the more potential ribbons have been created for it. Because whenever a weapon gets added to the game, now ribbons can come out for it. So before the weapon comes out, there's no ribbons for it. So if by understanding how that works, the older a weapon is, the cheaper the price is going to be for those ribbons. So like, even if a weapon is like super meta, if the weapon is been like really old, then the prices might not be as high as you would think that they would be, if that makes sense.
You
And
think
like
it's-
for new weapons, the ribbon prices are going to be way higher, and like there's going to be way less people flipping them. So if you can get one for cheap, like I got my Ladium one for like 325, if I can roll that pretty good, like I'll either use it or sell it for like 1K, 2K. We'll see.
stuck and it doesn't really let you send them a whisper message. This is how whisper messages work in Warframe. You do /W space, and this is coding, so you have to do this exactly the way that it works. /W space, and then their name, whatever their name is. However, if their name has a space in it, then so you don't confuse the coding, you have to put brackets in. So that's very, very, very important. If their name has a space in it, you have to use the quotes. If it doesn't have a space
Not
in it,
brackets,
you
yeah,
shouldn't have to
you gotta
use
use
the quotes. And then the very next
quotes.
thing
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
put
yeah.
is going to be high. And this kind of makes sense.
If they
If
don't
you
have a
understand coding,
space,
Back, the
if
rep
it
or-
has
doesn't have the quotes and there was a space in the name, then the coding would think you're gonna whisper
123,456,789
nah,
flat.
and the message you're whispering nah is me.
123
You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys,
million.
whatever. We're making a video here. I can't get responses right away. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let's get to the next tip. The next tip is
I mean, why not?
follow me on Twitch, because I'm like half talking to my chat right now while I'm doing this
Platinum
video,
is
and I'm
not
like
a real
realizing, oh yeah,
currency.
YouTube, you guys don't respond right away. Cool.
It's a
Because,
in-game
video.
currency.
Anyway, the next thing. Ignore people as little as you can. If somebody in trade chat offers you something and you don't like
The
their
main
price,
thing is
don't
that
ignore
she's
them because
not
you don't
going
like their
to
price.
give
Why?
that to
Because
players.
down the road,
That's the
that
most
person
important
might have
thing.
something you're
Because
looking
she
for,
can
and then you
use
just
it
fucked yourself
on her
by
account,
ignoring them.
pay
So
to
you
win
don't
as
want to
much
just
as she
ignore people
wants.
for no reason.
She
Like you don't want to ignore
she's
them because
part
you
of the
don't like their price.
ownership of the
What
game,
would I say
right?
you ignore somebody for? If
All
they're
the devs
pestering
should
you.
be able
If
to
somebody's
have
like,
unlimited
you
plat,
know,
in my
like,
opinion.
hey, I want that, you know, or something like that. No, give
At
me
least
now.
on their
What
dev
are
account,
you doing?
right? They should
Like whatever.
have
If they're
access
just
to
messaging you over and over and over again, and it's like
like,
you're getting nowhere with
everything.
like setting up a
Makes
trade,
sense.
they're not bargaining with you, and they're just kind of wasting your time.
If she
then I'd
really
be like,
wanted
okay,
to,
you
though,
can
she
ignore
can
that
crash
person.
the
But
economy.
ignoring somebody just because you
Yeah,
don't like their
but
price
what?
is
They
hurting
don't
you
want to.
in the
That's the
future
thing.
if they wind up having something that you're looking for. So, side note, be polite.
It would ruin the
Be
game.
polite to people when you can, or all the time. Again, just because you don't like somebody's price is not a reason to be mean to them. If you're mean to them because you don't like the price, you are wrong because there's no fixed prices in this game. It is a free market and
Thankfully,
prices can be
lol.
set to whatever they want, and something is worth as much as someone else is willing to pay for it. So there's no fixed prices.
Exactly. What he just said is very important. There's no fixed prices, and something is only worth what somebody is willing to pay for. Also, vice versa. Something is only worth what somebody is willing to sell it for. So if somebody's not willing to sell it for a certain price, then that puts the value up. If nobody's willing to sell something for less than 200, then the value goes above 200. And so that's what we're seeing with the top 6 most valuable Warframes on PC. And so, yeah.
Copy and paste messages ready to go. For those of you that are on PC, and I think PS4 has a way to do this, I don't know about Xbox, but there's a way that you can copy and paste messages on one of the consoles, and I think it's PS4, where you can just copy a message and then have it ready to just keep being repasted here in the game.
Are
I
you
used to be
selling
able to
high
do this
voltage?
on Xbox, and I think the way that I did it was I would just type a message out in here. This is my
I have one
message, and this doesn't work on PC.
The electric status mods are event mods, so you can get them through certain ways, and I just bought them from somebody with plat on Warframe Market.
Can do is I can go
I only have
Control
one
A,
of each.
that's supposed to highlight the message, then Control C is supposed to copy.
Back in the day, you used to be able to get them a lot easier. I can't remember how it used to be. Yeah, there used to be a different way to get it. I can't remember how it is now. Check the wiki, you'll be able to see.
the message, and then Control V is supposed to paste the message, but I just did all that here on PC and it didn't work. I'm pretty sure that still works on Xbox though. Control A to highlight all, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste. If you have, like, let's say a keyboard plugged into your Xbox, that should work. If you're on Switch, good luck. I have no idea.
Someone is selling
how
a
you can get
rank
that to
3
work.
of 3 for
Another thing
60
you guys
plat,
probably
and the
wanna
max
understand
rank is going
like,
for
what some of the
65 to
terminology
70.
means in the game. So if you guys ever see want to buy, we went over that. That's you want to buy. WTS is want to sell. If you see PMO, that's private message offer. That's a lot of times this is redundant, and I feel like people are
Rank
wasting their
3.
time with PMO in their
Do you realize rank 3 of 3 is the same as the max rank?
message because, like, oh,
We'll just buy it unranked. It's a rank 3 mod. You can just rank it up. It's not that much endo.
obviously, Chad,
It
I
may
was
be
just
a
gonna sit
small
here and
amount,
hope
but
you know
it's
I
still
wanted it and wait
profit.
for you to hit me up.
It's not profit because nobody's actually paying.
Like, oh, duh, of course.
Just buy the one that's the cheapest, not the rank 3, not the one that's maxed. Just buy the rank 0 one, and then rank it up with a little bit of endo and credits. You could probably get it for like 40, I'm assuming. I could check, but
Of course I have to private message you. Another thing is WTT, which is want to trade. And the last piece of advice that I have for you guys is if you're in trade chat and you realize that, like, you're not getting anywhere after being here for a while, you're not making any trades. I typically change my region every maybe 10 to 20 minutes, depending on if I'm getting hit up or not, or if anything's happening. But this is
the cheapest one I'm seeing is 55. So I would buy it for 55 if you needed it.
a big deal to help a lot. You're going to change your region and you're looking for it to be a region that has
Like, everybody sorts by cheapest and tries to get it for the cheapest, so there's no reason to try to buy it from the cheapest person listed and sell it higher. Instead, it'd be smarter if you're trying to flip stuff to make a wanna buy offer that's even cheaper. So it's like, you have to see how this is.
Yes, someone just put up an Ignis Wraith for 200 plat.
See how that's 60. You go over to the buys and it's 52, but nobody's online. So literally, since nobody's online right now, if you make one for 20, maybe somebody messages you, but probably not. Most likely not, because look at how many there actually is. There's like 10 people who are willing to sell it right now. So it's such a rare mod at the moment that if you're not gonna get it for 60, then you should just wait until TennoCon. After TennoCon, the price is gonna drop because Barocketeer is bringing back everything.
has a lot of people in it like this.
For
So what you
people
do
who
is
have
you
the
hit
digital
escape,
ticket.
you go into options, and then the second tab over where it says gameplay, come down here to region and you can just change your region. So hit confirm. We're going to go over here to Europe and we're going to see what Europe is all about.
Yeah, make
so now
sure
there's
that-
all brand new
discounts.
people that have a chance at seeing
Make sure that you swap your region and then check every single region during your time zone that you're playing in. So like if you're playing like a certain time or whatever, like pretty much it's like as soon as you get on, and then maybe every like 6 hours or something, just so that you can double check and make sure that you're in the region that has the most people, because that's all that matters. And on PC, I'm pretty sure North America is the most active. I could be wrong, but I'd recommend going to North America because that's where I find the most people.
Seeing the message that I'm posting here in trade chat if the other region wasn't
You
working.
could try Europe
So
too.
that's a
during
really big
different
helpful
hours.
thing. I know a lot of people that have binged my videos do very often. So side note, if you guys are having
In my opinion, it doesn't matter which region you're in at all. All that matters is that
Do
you're
you
in
think
the
Sandy Boy
biggest
will
one
go up in price after
at the
vaulting?
time, right? Of course, slowly, but yeah, very slowly. It could take a year, but yes. Like imagine like it really doesn't matter where this list is from or where these people are from or whatever. All that matters is how many people are in the list. So if you swap your region to the one that has the most people, then whenever you post a message, you have the most possible people who could want what you're posting.
trouble understanding how to do trade chat, even after
You gotta think about it like this. This is like real-time posting, right? So your shop is open as soon as you post your message. Your shop is open, your advertisement's out, everybody who's here can see your shop and your flyer and what you have for sale. And then it goes through, and then your shop is closed because nobody can see it again. And then after the timer runs out, your shop can open up again, you can post again. So think about it like that. You're literally advertising.
this video, if you are, struggling to make the plats and all that sort of stuff, I have an enormous catalog of videos here on YouTube where you can binge them till your heart's content. I recommend the best thing you do is just find a playlist that I have.
Yeah, NeoNest007 has tons of videos about Warframe. Tons of stuff about platinum trading, all that kind of stuff.
Put it on, listen to it in the background like a podcast, and whenever you don't understand something I'm talking about in the video, just watch that part of the video. But the more familiarized you get with trade chat, how it operates, and how things get done here, the easier it's going to be for you to make platinum. The reason why I have so many videos on the channel about plat is because there is no way I could possibly fit it all in a single video. Like everything there is that you need to know about making trade chat. So binge them as best as you can. You'll get really good at it. You'll realize how many things there really are in the game to sell. How much plat you really do have the ability to make. Like I'm currently sitting on 85k here. This isn't
Not
even a
bad.
big deal. As some of you see this and you go, oh my god, that's amazing, it's so incredible. Like, how do you have so much plat? Whatever. Oh, is that plat bought? No, this plat is not bought. Maybe 10,000 of this plat is bought, but the other 75,000 I earned my own. And the bought plat was because I like this game, obviously. I'm a creator for it, and I want to support the devs, so I give money to help support the devs, and when I get my Warframe, they throw platinum on top of it, because that's how the Prime Accesses work. But all that being said, you guys have any questions? I'm live every single day on Twitch. I'm here for you to help you as best I can. Feel free to stop by whenever you can. I'm live every single day. Also, you guys can earn free Warframes.
This was a year ago. I don't know if he's actually live every day right now. Maybe he is though. So definitely check out NeoNest and subscribe, follow him. He's got amazing content. Anyways, thank you NeoNest for the tips.